Welcome to Friday Takeaway. It is October 28th, 2016, nearly the end of the year. I'm of course Khoo, Chuang, joined by Sullhi, Azman, and a whole bunch of stuff happened during the week, overseas as well as locally.
Right.
Overseas, we saw US third quarter earnings nearly ending. Of course, tech and financials beat expectations. Apple said revenues were down for the first time, I think, 10 years. iPhone sales were down, but services supplanting the rest of the businesses as its contributor. AT&T buying Time Warner for $84 billion. Whole bunch of stuff. Tata chairman as well in trouble.
Yes, in India, of course, you have seen Cyrus Mistry, the chairman, was ousted
Cyrus Mistry, yeah,
by the board, and and then of course they replaced it with the Ratan Tata, the former chairman himself.
Correct. Apparently, some write-downs at group level because of deals it did with companies including AirAsia.
Right.
More on that later.
Okay.
Exactly. That's in there as well. Tesla surprisingly turning a profit, and then locally some good stuff as well.
Yeah, of course, you have on the economic data, unemployment was held steady at 3.5% in August. If you look at Tanah Makmur, the major shareholder, the Tengku Mahkota of Pahang, Tengku Sultan Abdullah, wants to raise his offer from 180 to 190 cent in order to take the to privatize the company.
Yeah, Tanah Makmur was only just listed 2 years ago,
yes,
right?
Yes, right. It's in the plantation business in Pahang.
Okay, and of course we have KL-Kepong making a hostile and unexpected move for MP Evans of the UK, but of course shareholders of MP Evans saying no. But we also saw this is the week that followed Budget 2017,
right?
And of course there was a whole bunch of stuff for the stock market. I think TA Research did some reports and and they've also said that some of the beneficiaries of this 3 to 4 billion ringgit that has been set aside for small caps and mid caps include stuff like for telecoms, CIMB, Unisem, KPJ. SKP Resources will be standing to gain from this special fund. Padini, Scientex, EA Tech, Sendai, and KPJ. Construction guys as well, Max?
Yeah, of course, we have Gamuda and Sanmai Construction and Gadang will benefit from the 46 billion ringgit allocation of development expenditure, where the government will continue to spend on public infrastructure investment. You see BRIM 50 to 100 ringgit increase. In the affordable property segment, Huayang and Centoria will benefit from the stamp duty incentive given to first-time home buyers, and the absence of duty hike is positive for sin sectors. We don't discount the possibility of a surprise hike in tobacco duties.
Correct.
So we have not seen any sin duties.
But they don't discount the possibility of such an eventuality happening. Disadvantaged guys include the telco sector, but of course, as we know, the government wants the telco sector to provide faster broadband, lower prices, and I think the biggest one to lose will be Telekom Malaysia. I'm a unified subscriber.
Right.
I can't wait to be bumped up to 60 megasecond for the same price.
Anyway, highlight this week is FGV. Chuang, FGV, earlier on Monday, we saw that Dato' Zakaria Arshad has said he's not resuming any talk with the PT Eagle High, the one that's controlled by Raja Wali Group, Peter Sondag in Indonesia.
That's right. So, of course, as we know, FGV was listed in 2012, one of the biggest IPOs of the year, as well as in the world.
Yes.
They listed at, I think, $4.55 or something.
Correct.
Today they're trading at $2 something, $2.20 or something. They haven't done as well. I think they spent a lot of their cash, which they raised from the IPO, on acquisitions. They've been criticized for buying stuff that they don't need at too high a price. And of course, as we know, just this year alone, they tried to do a deal to buy 55% of China's Zhongli Nutri Oil for nearly R1 billion. And this is a China company that has not filed its accounts since 2013. So a lot of criticism. I don't know where that deal is. I think it's off. And of course, Eagle High, as you say, Dato' Zakaria, I think, quite wisely saying, let's not pursue this deal.
Well, very interestingly, Chuang, because when Zakaria was appointed as CEO, he actually discontinued the M&A spree that has been pursued by the CEO of Emir Mavani. He wanted to sweat the assets and also optimize the cost as well. Yeah,
of course, Dato' Zakaria, nice big write-up in Bloomberg saying the planter's son comes home to the plantations company to do well. So,
and if you look at the stock share price,
has recovered.
It recovered since he enters into the company as a CEO.
The other company that also made the news, Max, was KL-Kepong. Now, as we know, they made an unsolicited, hostile, all-cash offer to buy MP Evans of the UK for £6.42, which includes an assured dividend of 2.25 pence per share. Now, the reason why MP Evans is attractive to KL-Kepong is that they got a whole bunch of palm oil land in Indonesia. They've got cattle farms in Australia. They've also got property developments in Malaysia. So it's a nice fit for KL-Kepong.
Correct, and of course, but MP Evans is saying, the shareholders are saying no, because if you look in the news yesterday, the chairman, Peter Chaplin, is saying that, the offer by KLK is unsolicited and it undervalues the company significantly. Yeah,
so as we know, Aberdeen Asset, they own about 16% of MP Evans. Hadsley Chaplin Fund, that's the family fund, owns about 10%.
Correct.
Now, Alcatel Lucent Bell Pension Funds also own about 10%. So together, they comprise about 55% of MP Evans shareholders who say no to the deal. And of course, I'm not sure whether KL-Kepong is going to go back to the drawing board and come back with an improved offer.
Right, okay, and that has to be seen. But of course, analysts has been saying that the good is also an opportunistic acquisition and also a surprise to the market because we have not seen KLK making any big acquisition of late.
Yeah, but if you look through the balance sheet and look through the P&L, they've got a whole bunch of assets. They've got manufacturing stuff in Belgium, Holland, Germany, in Europe especially. They've got cattle farms in Australia.
Yes.
They've got tons of stuff there. They've got land in Indonesia as well as in Malaysia for palm oil. So they've got downstream, upstream assets. So it's not as if they're new to the acquisition game. So we'll have to wait and see whether they come back with an improved offer.
Right.
Bursa Malaysia, trading this morning at 1,671 points. I think flat for the day. Year to date on the KLCI, 1.3% down,
Right.
but on a 1 year basis, 2.2% to the good.
Yeah, okay, and hopefully, we are hoping for the recovery of the FVM and KLCI lah by the end of this year, hopefully.
Correct. Hopefully,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
hopefully, yeah.
All right, okay. And then if you look in the what's hot and moving this week, we have BCM Alliance listed on October 6th, a week ago, involved in distribution, installation and testing of laundry equipment and medical services.
That's right. So I think they listed on 6th October.
Yes.
And I think a reference price of 19 cent a share. Today they're trading at 21 cent a share. So they're still about 10% higher. And according to the investment thesis, they've got an established track record, they've got well-known brands, they've got products and services. They're also in medical devices. So according to TA Research, they value BCM at 22 cent a share. So they're around about those levels now. But it's quite good for an IPO company to still be above water.
Yeah, if you look in the listing as well, and we saw Perak Transit had listed a few
Perak Transit,
months ago. They have been doing quite well since listing so far. The shares hasn't been battered down by the current headwinds in the volatile markets.
You've also got a copy of the Edge Daily, and I think Equal World saying that they want to list the international by March.
By first quarter of next year. That's what Transfer Liquidation says. But then this has been delayed due to the fact that they wanted to get the approval from the SC because they're having a co-anchor
which
investor.
is of course Gokoland.
Yes, Gokoland in the form of Tan Sri Kwek Leng Chan.
Yeah, so I think 27% will be the Craig stake in Equal World International. It's going to be quite similar to the Axiata Telecom Malaysia structure, whereas Telecom Malaysia is the domestic business, Axiata is the overseas, and of course Equal World will do the Malaysia business, Equal World International will do the overseas developments.
Yes, in the UK and in Australia as well.
Okay, the other stock on our radar as well has been Only World Group Berhad. Of course, they are the gaming company.
Correct.
They do
Food and beverage.
Parks,
correct.
right?
Yeah. Now, this interestingly, Chuang, Only World Group Berhad, I attended the listing. The stock has
you were
actually
there?
yes, and it has actually tripled because the stock was battered down at one point, to the lowest, but then it has actually tripled or the value since listing, and this is because of the fact that they have few projects in Komtar Tower, the Penang Tower.
They're going to refurbish the top 4 or 5 floors, and they're going to have an amusement park there. And I think according to the latest stuff from CIMB research, they say that e-visa facilities, of course, have been waived for China tourists this year. They've also said that potentially going to be a beneficiary of the Thai slowdown because of the King Bhumibol's passing. And of course there's going to be a year of mourning there, so maybe there's going to be a migratory pattern to Malaysia and Penang specifically. So according to CME research, 18th December is when Only World Group will open Komtar, and that's where we'll see some interest there. $5.60 is the share price target for Only World, which is almost twice where we are now. In fact, it is twice from where we are now.
A very bullish view on Only World Group.
That's right. I think that's the small cap top pick for CIMB. Next week as well, some earnings coming out.
Right. We will see earnings for the third quarter of this year. Started flowing down. We have MICs and also KLCC, the Petronas companies.
Correct. So MIC reports third quarter on Wednesday.
Right.
KLCC reports property on third quarter on Thursday. And on Friday, trade balance, exports, imports, and foreign reserves.
Correct.
If you want more from The Edge, go to theedgemarkets.com or pick up the hard copies in the form of the Edge Daily or the Edge Weekly. That was us, Sullhi, Azman, and Khoo, Chuang. Thank you for watching. Good night and good luck.
And happy Diwali.